Hello, everybody. Oops. The camera's just a bit off. There we go. So, we've hopped from doing Facebook Lives and videos over to YouTube. Haven't done this on YouTube in a while. But, with today being the first day of the retrograde, figured it's a good day to start. This is a general reading. Just checking to see what you need to know about this retrograde starting. What kind of craziness you can expect. I'm Heidi. I make jewelry. I'm an author. I'm a poet. And I have a gift for reading. Always have. So, we're going to get started and see what we can see. I'll give this a couple more shuffles. Since I moved, you should expect the setup to continuously change while I'm in process. Good times. Don't you love moving? And we're going to start with our fire signs. Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius will go first this time. And I'm going to do one video per group and then post them all on YouTube. And for everyone that's used to me being on Facebook, I will also share those videos there. And I'll be doing that for a little while, just trying to get everybody situated. I hope you're having a great New Year's. I do not advertise with asking for readings, telling you somebody said, no real reader does that. Nobody hits your inbox and they're like, hey, the spirit sent me. No, that's not how it works. I do not use WhatsApp. You have to message me if you would like a reading, and we will set that up. Emergency readings are done within 24 hours, and in-depth readings within 72 hours. So let's start with Aries. What does Aries need to know during this retrograde? This retrograde is occurring in the sign of Aquarius, so things can get really weird. It's also a good time to make things right that went wrong. I've done a few readings, and I've worked with a few people on their astrology, and it seems like, funny enough, with the retrograde happening in Aquarius, I've had a lot of Aquarius ask for help and so forth. And it seems like a lot of Aquarius during last year, which if you follow me regularly, you know, I warned almost all Aquarius last year that all of them would get some kind of gift right around New Year's. Right before, right after, maybe on that day, maybe on that night. Some kind of buffer that would keep things from being as bad as they could possibly be. And that should have come in on New Year's 2020, because from there to June would have been much more difficult without the gift that you asked for. And in every case that I've come across, the gift was given, whether it be a person, a plant, an animal, some kind of familiar that buffered things so they didn't get nearly as bad. And almost every single one was thrown away like yesterday's trash. And then every single Aquarius I have worked with made massively horrible choices between June and July. That's not to say they were the only ones, because Scorpio had their own fair share right between, let's say, January 2020 to about May. Things were incredibly horrific, but most of it was in their head. And then Cancers had more of an emotional struggle during 2020. 2021 did not relent. Not in the slightest. If you made bad choices during 2020, 2021 got worse. If you hurt people in 2020, 2021 got much worse. So I'm kind of hoping that all of the ones that I work with and anybody that comes across this will heed whatever messages are there and maybe have a better 2022. I also know several Aries during that time that were just at war with everybody, at war with themselves. It was more with themselves and taking it out on others. So, do with that what you will. As I said, this is a general reading. Pick what resonates and leave what doesn't. Check it in the bucket. It's not for you. This channel is not for children. I do cuss occasionally. We're going to give 2 more for Aries. 1 and 2. If you're a regular follower of mine or somebody new, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. Give me a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And Aries, this retrograde brings you the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Moon, and the 2 of Swords. It looks like a lot of stagnation, staying stuck in place. This is because not everything has been brought to light. There are things that are now being illuminated that you would like not to be. It also feels like you're looking the other way. You're not wanting to face things head on. And let's clarify and see what we can see. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Why is the Wheel of Fortune here for Aries? Don't forget, if this doesn't resonate with you, to check your other placements, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I also welcome cross watchers, because sometimes you just gotta be ready. I don't. I try to mind my own business, but sometimes it's gotta be that way, and I know that. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Why is the Wheel of Fortune? You're stagnant because you feel lost. You feel like something was taken from you, or like you lost. Oh, actually, it's something that you took and you've lost it. So you're kind of frantic right now, Aries. Caught up in your feelings and don't really know how to get back to where you were. The Ten of Spells in reverse, clarifying the moon. You are isolated, very isolated, Aries. It's just an overall feeling of isolation and turning your back on things that you didn't realize you wanted and needed. Turning your back on people that had your back. Now that could be because you're traveling. I've seen that come up with truck drivers. I've seen that come up with people who've walked away from a job, things like that. It's just a sense of isolation and turning away. And the Two of Swords is clarified by the Council of Animals in reverse. This just feels like not listening to people that had your best interest. Now remember, we're clarifying what's hitting you for this retrograde. These are the things that need to be addressed in order to straighten everything out, clear your karma, or if that's not an option for you, what you're going to have to ride out. And this is a lot of dishonesty that has left you stuck. Maybe not dishonesty, maybe just sneaky, secret, not being as open as you should have been. Hidden intentions. Positive or negative, matters not. Well, I hope that helped, Aries. And I will be doing full readings and posting them this weekend. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for following me, and welcome and marry me, anybody new. Let's move on to Leo. What is going on with Leo for this retrograde? What can I tell Leo? What messages do I have? What do they need to know? The Star, the Ten of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. Alright, Leo. The Star card, Major Arcana, wish fulfillment. So during the last couple of retrogrades, you were minding your business. You were making wish fulfills. This can also be Aquarius energy. The Ten of Wands, you didn't complain much. You just toiled through. Actually, you complained a lot. Let's not lie. You're Leo. You complained. But not to the point that others did. It wasn't overwhelmingly irritating. Let's just put it that way. It was run-of-the-mill complaining. And you have the Four of Pentacles. So you were minding your P's and Q's and watching after your own, minding your business and staying to yourself. I also get this feeling of feeling isolated or abandoned, doing things on your own. But then again, we're talking about the retrogrades that have been happening since 2020, and well, a lot of us have been isolated on our own. So, let's see what I can clarify. Actually, you know what? Let's go with this one to clarify this time. See what's going to go on here. Why is the star card here for my Leos? What do they need to know? Actually, I'm pretty interested in myself. Usually the star card shows up when I'm dealing with an Aquarius, one's fixing to show up in my life, or when I've made a wish and it's happening. It can also be the beginning of a new cycle. This feels like manifesting quite a bit. Some of you Leos, not all of you, but some of you have been manifesting. You've had a clear thing in your head, a clear vision, what you wanted. And I know for some of you, that's what that star card is about. You worked hard, you feel like you've earned it, and you're entitled to it. It's very arrogant. This is mine, I deserve it energy. Not all of you, but some of you. And we have the Ace. With the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Spades, it's a threat that's coming from a distance. It will occur soon, and it's threatening this manifestation that you had. Something threatening your bliss that you've manifested. Whatever you're taking for granted that you manifested. The Ten of Diamonds. There is something that you're very disappointed in. You feel like your harvest should be bigger. And the Four of Hearts. Whatever this is definitely not your money. Your money is looking great. Like your finances are rocking. Whatever this wish fulfillment is, this bothers me. Don't take something for granted that you manifested, for as quickly as it came, it can be taken. I had a conversation a couple of years ago. It was about somebody that couldn't understand why they were getting a divorce. And I happened to have been front seat to the whole thing. Two friends of mine that had gotten together. And it was like, when the person finally got the other person that was the object of their desire, they stopped working at the relationship. They just had a very arrogant self-value. They felt like they were entitled. Everything was fine. There's no reason to put forth any effort. I got what I want. And so they lost it. This could be love. This could be a car. This could be anything. But you need to be careful about taking things for granted because something's on the verge of being lost. So I hope that helped, Leo. And let's see what we can do for Sagittarius. Remember that this is a general reading. This is for the beginning of the retrograde, because something funky always happens during retrograde. Happens to each of us. It just messes with different things. If you would like a personal reading, then you need to message me. And as soon as you reach out, within 24 to 48 hours, I will have you set up and we'll get you taken care of. Thank you. And if this resonates, please give me a like. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's see what we can do for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know during retrograde? How is retrograde going to affect them? I appreciate comments. If this resonates, let me know. It always makes me a little happier when I know I've helped somebody, or I've helped clarify a situation and get them some new enlightenment. It's all about just helping people and making the world a better place. And I think we all need that. Some more than others. Okay, Sagittarius. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Death in reverse. Page of Swords. With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I feel a couple of different things. We'll come back to that when I clarify, because there's so many things. I feel like there's like 5 or 6 different stories coming at me. Death in reverse, decisions that are being made. Death rarely means death, but it does mean the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And the Page of Swords. So that feels like young ambition. Headstrong ambition. So I'll tell you what. Let's continue with these. Let's see what I can clarify for Sagittarius. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? There are so many messages coming at me at one time. It's a little overwhelming. I feel a little bit of greed. I feel a little bit of arrogance, stagnation, missed opportunity. Oh. Alrighty then. So the 4 of Clubs decided to jump out. The key nearby, It feels more like this Queen of Pentacles for this particular clarification. The 4 of Clubs, it You know what to do. You know what the prognosis is going to be. You already know what you have to do. You just don't want to. So you're kind of pushing it to the side. And I'll deal with it later. Why is the Death card here? Anonymity. So you've been arguing with somebody. You've had some discord going on. Some, I don't really want to say fighting, but animosity. Somebody's just being very unreasonable. And the Page of Swords is clarified by the Four of Spades. There's a great interest being taken, but be suspicious. I hope that helps, Sagittarius. And thank you to all of my fire signs for joining me this evening. I hope this helped and gave you some clarification. And I can't wait to see you again.